In this video, I'm going to teach you what your program needs to sell out. And it's simple, and it's probably not what you expect. It's not some strategy. It's not do this, do this, do that. It's one thing, and it is simple. It needs you. It needs you to genuinely back your program or your product. If you're a coach and you sell courses, you sell memberships, whatever it is, your product suite, your offerings need you. They need you to be in full alignment. They need you to genuinely know that your program will change lives. And I understand that it is hard to get to that point when you're just starting out because maybe you have not worked with anybody yet. But at the end of the day, you need to believe so deeply in yourself, aka where entrepreneurial healing comes in big time that I talk about all the time. And you need to know that you will deliver the result that you are preaching come hell or high water, right? Even if you have not worked with anyone yet, if you know that you have the drive, you have the compassion, you have the desire to impact, that's all you need to truly back your program. So here's what I mean. So let's say that you're launching your group program, right? And you get on Instagram stories and you're like, yeah, so, I have this program coming up and it helps new coaches and, you'll figure out your niche and you'll walk away like knowing how to sell. There's no emphasis behind that. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel like you back it. It sounds like the confidence is not there. Now imagine if you got on your Instagram story and you said, hey guys, listen, I have a program coming up. It's starting in March. It was built perfectly for the new coach, right? It was built for you, the new coach who's trying to get your business off the ground. You're navigating all these obstacles. You don't know your niche. You don't know who you're selling to. You don't really know what you're selling, but you so badly want to make an impact. I have the perfect program for you. It's called this, and it starts in a few weeks. I'd love for you to apply. Here's the link. Here's what you're going to walk away with. You're going to walk away with a thriving business. You're going to know how to sell. You're going to know exactly who you're speaking to, and you're going to be in full alignment with your business. Huge difference, right? You're not jumping down people's throats selling, like you're not using scare tactics. You're talking about the transformation, right? And the energy that you put behind it, because so much of sales is energy, right? Just look at the difference between the first example I gave and that example that I just gave. It was energy. If you're feeling sluggish, if you're feeling down on yourself, if you're beating yourself up, if your confidence is not there, of course you're going to sound like the first example that I gave. And usually I find that happens when you're not operating in full alignment with your business. So what does that mean? Being in alignment means that you are operating as your highest self, as the best version of you. Fear is not in your way. Fear may be there, but you are chugging through. You are honoring who you are as a person, and you are bringing that into your coaching business. You are owning your uniqueness. You are owning your true purpose and why you were put on this earth. You're not beating around the bush. You're not looking at everyone else and what they're doing. You're turning inward and you're saying, what do I bring to the table? What do I as a coach bring to the table? What is my uniqueness? And if you're watching this and you're like, Gabby, there's nothing special about me, I beg to differ. Because every single day I sit down with clients, whether it's in my niche intensives or my group program or my long-term program, where people tell me, my story is nothing crazy. And we walk away and we find a part of their story that brings out their individual uniqueness, or people also call it your secret sauce. That is you operating in full alignment. When you own who you are, you look at your story, for example, you find something you've been through that you feel so passionate about where you're like, I do not want somebody to go through what I experienced. And you build a program out of that, that's the basis of your business, that's alignment. Whereas instead, if you're in your 9-to-5 right now and you're just so desperate to get out, which I get, I was the same way for 5 years in my 9-to-5. And then you start looking at all the other coaches online, and this coach said, well, they just made $100,000 overnight. She's a business coach. I'm going to be a business coach. But business doesn't really light you up, but you can do it, but it doesn't really light you up. That's not alignment. That's when you talk about your programs like this. You're like, yeah, you can work with me long term. I'll help you with your business. Versus if you dig deep and you say, you know what? In college, I gained a ton of weight. And then one day I woke up and I said, I'm not living like this anymore, and I made a change. And your dream customer now is you back in college when you were gaining weight and you were just feeling so out of sorts. And that is the basis of your business. And you build a program around helping people create healthy habits, for instance. For example, that is alignment. Your energy is behind it. You know what they've experienced, right? You have felt what they've experienced. You know the emotion, you know the pain, you know the agony, the low self-esteem. You know all of that. And that's going to be the basis of your program. So when you come on and you talk about your program, you say it with conviction, right? There's a lot of emphasis in there. You say it with confidence, and you do that naturally and authentically because you're in alignment. I see it time and time again where people think that they need strategy, right? And then I ask them what their niche is and they can't really tell me. That is not strategy that's needed, that is alignment. Once you find that alignment, then it's strategy time. So if you're struggling to sell out your programs, I want you to ask yourself right now, pretend I'm sitting across from you and I ask you, do you need alignment or do you need strategy? And listen to your gut, because the first thing that comes to mind is what you need. And 9.9 times out of 10, it is alignment before it is strategy. So make sure that your program, your business, your niche, everything, it's not just your program, it is everything, who you are talking to, what you bring to the table. All of that is in alignment and it is crystal clear for you. And if you can check that off and say 110%, then it's time to start talking about your program with more conviction, with confidence, and know deeply that you can help people. You were put on this earth to help. And whatever it is you're helping them with, whatever your tangible end result is, feel that. Visualize yourself doing that. Get grounded in it. Because when you have that level of confidence that I can 110% help this person with it, it sells itself. It sells itself because you are so passionate about it, and that is all you need. So I hope this training was helpful. If you have any more questions, come follow me on Instagram, DM me, and I'll help you out.